is up, y'all? So I wanted to make this video just to talk about one of the only vices that I really have. You know, everybody has vices. Some people have them, worse vices than others, but we all have our battles. And one thing about this channel is I want to make every video raw. I want to make every video real. I want to give people the blunt truth. I don't want to come on here trying to sell people a lie or trying to make it seem like I have it all figured out and I have all the answers and my life is perfect, because I see a lot of channels that are like this and it just comes across as very performative and fake. They're just selling people a lie, and I just think people don't like that. People like real. So this is why I've started my YouTube channel, and I'm just going to document my journey. I'm going to document everything. I really wish I was able to do that a couple of years earlier, because people would have seen the progress that I've made. But they always say the second best time to start is now, so here we are. But everybody has vices, right? I'm 22 years old. Most people my age have vices like pornography addictions, which I never realized was a big issue for people, especially going into adulthood. I thought people only watched pornography when they were in high school. I literally only thought that was something people just saw in high school. I never knew it developed into adulthood, but this is another topic for another day. So they have that, pornography addictions. They have people eating unhealthy, right? They binge eat. They just put garbage food in their bodies. They have people drinking addictions, right? Alcohol, smoking weed, and then who other stuff people do. I'm very surprised at some of the stuff that I hear people do at my age. Some of the other drugs people take, but everybody has their own vices. Same. Another one is it's a doom scrolling addiction, right? That's the one I have. I have a doom scrolling addiction, and I know most people my age have this same issue also. And it's a habit that I'm gonna have to break, because I feel like it's really just costing me, and it's costing most of us from reaching our true potential, from actually getting to where we want to get to. And I think most people aren't aware of what they're actually capable of. And I think it just comes from a lack of purpose, and it comes from a lack of setting goals for ourselves. And since I haven't been competing and I haven't been training, I kind of feel like I've lost that sense of purpose, and I've lost that sense of having goals for myself. So I have to figure out what's next for me. But is it easy? No. But nothing good in life comes easy. So it's good to be aware of it. It's good to be aware of your vices. I don't know if some people are ever aware of if they have certain vices. I always wonder what kind of goes on in people's heads, because what goes on in my head certainly doesn't go on in someone else's head, right? I've known a lot of people in my past who they would clearly have certain drug addictions, and they would deny it. They would say, no, I don't. And it's like, it was clear as day that they did. So that's what I'm saying. You just wonder if other people are kind of aware of these vices, these bad habits that they have themselves. Like, I'm aware of all of my vices and all the vices I've had before in the past. That's the only reason why I've been able to overcome them. But my biggest vice right now, the biggest one and the worst one, is going to be a doom scrolling addiction. That's the biggest one, and I know for most people my age, it's the same issue. And it's just robbing us of our life, our attention span, everything. So yeah, you guys will get to see over time as I battle with this, as I break this bad habit, because eventually, because I will break this habit. But yeah, I just wanted to document this and share it.